right, here's a post that I'm going to read, and I'm going to get real curious about Black Lives Matter and the other so-called black women that say they're out marching for us and trying to protect us. Because I have a funny feeling that this kind of story is going to be met with indifference, because anytime they talk shit about black men, saying black men don't protect you, or black men are dealing in misogynoir, there's going to be like 50 videos on YouTube and I don't know, countless many posts on Facebook. The Root that, or the Griot, or whatever blog or rag that can actually publish something negative about black men can get all kind of traction and all kind of smoke if they talk badly about black men, and it can go viral. But something like this, I have a feeling it's going to get met with indifference. But anyway, let's go ahead and give it a shot and see what happens. Ex-cop details NYPD collar quotas, arrest black and Hispanic men. No cuffs on soft targets of Jews, Asians, and whites, court document says. A retired officer accused NYPD commanders of encouraging cops to arrest only people of color. The rules of collars for dollars at NYPD Transit District 34 were clear. Cops who arrest black men were rewarded with more overtime. A now retired officer, Pierre Maximilian, writes in an explosive declaration filed Monday in a discrimination lawsuit brought by Sergeant Edwin Raymond and 3 other cops. The declaration is one of the latest developments in a long-running case brought by black and Hispanic cops who charged they were forced to arrest more blacks and Hispanics than other groups. They were treated harshly and denied promotion if they refused, the lawsuit alleges. Asian, Jewish, and white people, known as soft targets, were not to be slapped with cuffs. All cops in that district were to fill a collar quota, but black and Hispanic officers who didn't meet expectations were treated more harshly by the then commanding officer, Constantine Tasha's Maximilian writes. We were taught by Sasha's closest lieutenants that we could not give summons to what they called as soft targets. Maximilian writes in his declaration, the soft targets they were referring to were white, Asian, and Jewish people. Instead, it was emphasized that we needed to stop male blacks. Those were the ones Sasha's wanted to go to jail. Maximilian, 49, retired in 2015, saying he could no longer endure Sasha's racist retaliation. He writes that when he refused to follow those orders, he was reprimanded. His overtime was stopped, and he was assigned only to transporting prisoners. He writes that he tried to raise warning bells about the quota system with top NYPD chiefs, the Department of Investigation, and police unions, but no one acted. The utter disregard for civilians of color and their ability to treat them like animals made me second guess who I was actually serving in the NYPD. Sasha's created a racial divide within the department. He rewarded white officers and punished the minority officers. Black and Hispanic cops in general were punished more severely for failing to meet the quotas. The supervisors would place the minority officers in punishment posts by ourselves, deny vacation or leave, deny us overtime, change our shifts, give us bogus command disciplines, yell at us in roll call, and give us poor evaluations. On the other hand, according to Maximilian's declaration, when white officers didn't meet collar quotas, they were treated with kid gloves. They would get a pass from command, he writes. They would write it off as a bad month and place them in areas with partners who were extremely aggressive so they could make the arrest quota. Sasha's is still on the job and was promoted to deputy inspector in 2016. The NYPD declined to comment on pending litigation. The city's law department said Maximilian's allegations had no merit. This information presented by plaintiff changes nothing. The NYPD investigated the allegations in Officer Maximilian's declaration and found them to be meritless. The judge ruled that the city's production of email evidence was sufficient, despite what plaintiffs now claim. We will continue to defend against these baseless allegations, said Law Department spokesman Nicholas Palucci. Raymond's lawyer, John Scola, said the NYPD's been aware of the accusations about Sasha's for nearly a decade. If they had acted appropriately, they wouldn't have retaliated against my clients with racially motivated punishments. We hope the NYPD will take corrective action, Scola said. The existence of quotas has been long denied by NYPD, but Maximilian noted that the NYPD refers to quotas by a series of code names, including productivity indicators, goals, activity, expectations, conditions, and performance goals. The NYPD has a lot of internal names for the arrest quota, but they all mean the same thing, he wrote. I guess we need a hooded justice on the streets, okay? The Watchman was just talking about this, about the NYPD treating whites and others as what they call soft targets with kid gloves, while making up their quotas on black men. The whole stop and frisk was actually based on harassing black men and driving black and Hispanic men out of New York. But this has been going on a long time. I've never seen Black Lives Matter even mention it. I've never seen them march for this. Now I see them parade around when a brother actually gets killed and take the front and take the lead when the cameras are on. I ain't gonna march for you when y'all get shot. I just hope they shoot y'all in the street. You know, I say, well, if you say that, that means you felt that way all along. A lot of black women always say that when you're not kissing their ass, it means I'm not gonna speak up for you when the cops come. That's not gonna stop them anyway. Third of us still go to prison anyway. They're gonna shoot us on the street anyway. You're not gonna speak up when stuff like this happens. Now this is smoking guns, but I don't see you guys on city councils marching to actually stop NYPD quotas against black men, against your own black men. You walk by and see it every day. Y'all see black brothers get jacked up on the street every day, get stopped every day. Y'all don't speak up. Y'all don't speak up when it happens to your kid. Every now and then a mother will intervene. Every now and then a mother will say something. Every now and then the mothers will actually go out and march to clean up their neighborhood. Every now and then, when they get fed up, when one of them gets shot, when the girls and females actually start getting shot and wounded, that's when they want to go out on the street and clean things up. As long as brothers are shooting themselves, they don't care. Look at Chicago. They don't care because half of the men that are out there shooting at each other are actually sent out there by females because them young brothers are the goon squad for the gynocracy. Half them dope dealers are out there bringing money home to mama. Half them dudes out there slinging dope and stuff like that are trying to get women. Half the dope dealers would not even exist if black women said they wanted to date dope dealers. I can tell you that. What makes dope dealing popular is because pretty women actually like the money and like the lifestyle. And they encourage the activity. You basically holding your nuts when you broke and you're out on the street. You could get a sack and sling some dope. Guess what? You got 4 baby mamas. That is until you happen to go to jail. This is typical. But you won't see them marching over something like this. You won't see all those black female lawyers that have all these law degrees actually coming in to actually clean this kind of stuff up. Because black women want you to be under control as much as the white men do. They want to use the NYPD as attack dogs to keep you under their thumb, to keep you under their feet. All those black politicians that happen to be female, especially in New York, especially in Chicago, and now we have a whole slew of them in Chicago. We'll see what they do. I'll give them a chance. They just took over. We see Mosby in Baltimore that's campaigning on law and order. We'll see what she does. But if past history is an indicator of future performance, I wouldn't hold my breath. But if black women swear that they're so protective and they're so ride and die for their black men and their black males and their black family members, especially in the NYC, let's see them get behind this. All the mothers that got paid because the NYPD actually killed their kid, killed their boy in the middle of the street, let's see them get behind this and get a push to actually get some kind of reform and actually stop these damn quotas. Put some pressure on Michael Bloomberg since he's trying to run for president. If Black Lives Matter, come up to him and throw this in his face. I double dare you. I double dog dare you. All these black females pushing for ADOS. They claim to love black men and love black boys and have a platform. How come this ain't part of your rhetoric? How come this ain't in your rotation? How come this is not headlines on Facebook? How come this is not trending on Twitter? In my opinion, it's because you don't fucking care. And that's the biggest reason that you're losing your men. Because your men, deep down, know that their women don't fucking care about them. Just like that woman that went to that little boy's school and snatched him up like a doggone rescue dog and started slapping him around in public and live streamed it on Facebook and laughed at it. Jumping up in a little 6-year-old's face, a 7-year-old's face, like it was something to do. How come she didn't jump in the face of her baby daddies that gave her the fucking 5 kids? She won't do that because that dude can hit back. Let's see the goon squad of gynocracy that claims that black women are ride or die for us actually put this up, make this go trending. I doubt that it will, because even the goons of the gynocracy, even though they happen to be black and black male, they don't give a shit about black men either. And that is the epitome of self-hate. Not that you dating a white woman. The epitome of self-hate is not getting behind something that directly affects you, because at the end of the day, you think you deserve this kind of life. You think you deserve to get kicked in the ass by NYPD and talked about by your women, because you have been beaten down socially and psychologically and culturally for so long, you're accepting your place. That's why SBN, brothers, we all we got. With that, we'll jump off of here. This is BGS out, and I'll see you guys on the next one.